Welcome to the site induction of Erasmus MC. With this, we want to emphasize the importance of working consciously and safely in a unique and diverse environment such as Erasmus MC. This site induction video gives you the tools to start working here well prepared, responsibly, and safely. Not only for yourself, but also for your colleagues, patients, and visitors. Safety is our shared responsibility. Erasmus MC is the largest medical center in the Netherlands, located in the heart of Rotterdam. To make sure work is carried out correctly, 10 golden rules have been established. Safety as the foundation. We always honor our agreements. Stop the work when necessary. Training and instruction. Set the right example. Report unsafe situations. Speak up to one another. And finally, think before you start. We are here for care, research, and education. That makes our work environment unique and vulnerable. Everyone who works at Erasmus MC must follow the Erasmus MC Company regulations. These so-called EBRLs are our house rules. Request them from your client and read them carefully before you start work. Recognizability and hygiene are essential. Always wear clean work clothing showing your organization's logo. Make sure your company pass is visible at all times, worn around your neck or on your belt. You must be able to identify yourself when asked. Smoking, vaping, and the use of alcohol or drugs are prohibited inside the buildings and across the entire premises, including the Erasmus MC parking area. It is forbidden to have alcohol or drugs on site or to be under their influence. Erasmus MC enforces a zero-tolerance policy on this. Always report any medication that may affect your reaction time or alertness to your occupational physician. Only park your vehicle in the spot assigned to you by your client. Parking elsewhere may result in a fine or the removal of your vehicle. A work permit must always be approved and issued before work begins. You request it from your client. The shift supervisor must give approval on a daily basis. At the start of your workday, report in person to the shift supervisor and always notify them when you have finished your work. This can also be done by phone. For multi-day projects, secure your work area safely at the end of each working day. Make sure everything is neat, clean, and tidy, and that materials are stored in a locked space. Hand in your day pass to the shift supervisor. Only then are you allowed to leave the worksite. You work among seriously ill patients, but also among researchers, visitors, and healthcare staff. Noise, dust, or odors can have a direct impact on patients' recovery and well-being, so always be considerate of your surroundings. This starts with screening off your work area, limiting dust, and avoiding unnecessary disturbance. Work without causing unnecessary disturbance. Observe the quiet hours from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. During these times, you must schedule other types of work. Work that involves noise or vibration is not allowed during these hours, and during regular working hours, it must always be combined with a disturbance schedule. Where dust is generated, use HEPA filters, dust airlocks, sticky entrance mats, and dust screens. Never open windows or doors during work activities. They must stay closed to prevent the spread of dust and bacteria. Activities that may release strong odors also fall under this rule. At Erasmus MC, we work with high-end medical equipment. This equipment is not only expensive, but often literally vital for patients' lives. As a contractor or supplier, you are therefore not allowed to move, connect, or disconnect any equipment without prior permission. You are also not allowed to open any ceiling without first consulting your client. Equipment may not be covered or disconnected unless you have received explicit instructions to do so. Safety is not only about rules, it is also about culture. Speak up to one another about unsafe behavior. And equally, take the time to compliment each other when working safely. Do you see an unsafe action or situation? Approach the person involved and discuss what you observed in a respectful way. Always report this to your line manager, your Erasmus MC contact person, or the safety officer. Never leave tools, hazardous substances, or materials unattended. The same applies to scaffolding, ladders, and wheelbarrows. Such items can be taken, used as a weapon, or even pose a danger to children or patients. Always leave your work area safe and clean. The work area must also stay orderly while work is being carried out. Waste must not be left behind in the hospital. You are responsible for removing materials such as construction waste, debris, and packaging. Make sure waste is separated and removed using a closed container or a covered wheelbarrow. Agree in advance with your client when you are allowed to do this. Some activities may involve the use of hazardous substances. Always make sure you know which hazardous substances you are using and what the risks are. Use the right personal protective equipment, such as the correct safety gloves, hearing and face protection, or safety goggles. And only work with approved and clean materials. Do not leave any residues behind in the building. When working with hazardous substances, consult the safety data sheet for the correct information. Some areas within Erasmus MC carry extra risks. Always follow the instructions strictly. Think of MRI rooms with magnetic radiation, laboratories with biological agents, or departments where laser radiation is present. These areas are always marked with warning signs. If you see such a symbol, do not enter. Contact the officer named on the sign or your client. When working at height, you are responsible not only for your own safety, but also for the safety of others. For that reason, always block off the area below using yellow barriers. How and where to do this is clearly described in the work permit. When blocking off an area, take escape routes and emergency routes into account, especially in an environment like a hospital. Here too, follow the guidelines stated in the work permit. When working in a confined space entry attendant must always be present. This is a certified person who keeps watch at the entrance. Work strictly according to the work permit and the protocol for working in confined spaces. Always report every incident or accident to your client, no matter how small, whether it involves injury, damage, or a near miss. We want to learn from these events and prevent them from happening again. If you see anything suspicious or dangerous, such as an accident, fire, or aggression, report it immediately. Call *15 from a landline or 0107 034 004 from your mobile phone. Save this phone number in your mobile phone. Never hesitate. Security or the in-house emergency response team will be on site quickly to assess the situation. If you discover a fire, raising the alarm is the first step. At Erasmus MC, you raise a fire alarm by pressing a fire alarm button, by calling *15 from a landline, or by calling 0107 034 004 from your mobile phone. Save this number in your phone. Never call 112 yourself. If necessary, the control room will alert the emergency services and give them the correct information. Never use the elevator. Always take the stairs. Always keep access routes for emergency services clear. Make sure that escape routes and fire extinguishers are never blocked. Never call 112 yourself. If you come across material that may contain asbestos, stop work immediately. If it is safe to do so, take a photo and report it to your client. Further guidance is handled through the Asbestos Help Desk. Never remove or work on anything suspected of containing asbestos yourself. Safety is not only about rules, it is also about culture. Speak up to one another about unsafe behavior and equally compliment each other when working safely. Do you see an unsafe situation? Always report it to your line manager, your Erasmus MC contact person, or the safety officer. All such reports are registered in Xenia so that together we can learn and continuously improve. During your work, you may encounter sensitive information, such as installations, IT infrastructure, or building data. This information is confidential. You may not share it with third parties, photograph it, or publish it anywhere, including on social media. Confidentiality is required. Taking photos or videos is not allowed without the explicit permission of your client. The same applies to time lapses and drone footage. Such material may not be used for promotional purposes, on social media, or in corporate communications without explicit approval. You are working in a unique university medical center in an environment where health comes first. Here, you work safely, hygienically, and with craftsmanship. Remember, if you cannot work safely, you do not work at all. Finally, to be allowed to work here, you must have watched this video and successfully passed the safety test with a minimum score of 70%. This is required for everyone. Good luck with your work at Erasmus MC.